All right, welcome back to another edition of After Hours. Travis Gibbs Jordan Lass here. Man, Victory Tuesday. I'm not doing
I
that.
heard that on the way to work this morning.
No, I mean, riding high off a big Lions win Monday night against the Ravens, 38-30. And just the way the Lions looked in this game, I think immediately we can eliminate one narrative that's been thrown around. There's been three really big ones since the beginning of the season when they lost to the Green Bay Packers. One narrative has been, the offense unknown with the offensive line. The other one's been, well, they didn't add another pass rusher to help Aiden Hutchinson. And then the third one has been the coordinators. People are doubting this team because the coordinators left. They both left for other jobs. Well, I think
add in that it's all justified. As a fan, you're
absolutely
allowed to have those hesitations.
I think we can throw dirt on the coordinators thing after last night.
Oh, and we can throw dirt on a lot of things. You mentioned the interior line. Tate Ratledge is a mauler, and he is settling in nicely. And opposite him, the Woodman, I'm going to start calling Mahogany that, by the way. The Woodman looked really good, too.
The rocking chair.
Like, they were all great, and they didn't start the game great. They were getting pushed around a little bit, but by the end of that game, they were just mauling people. So you can throw dirt on the coordinator thing. I think Dan Campbell has proved this is all him. It's his system. I'm still not ready to throw dirt on the whole defensive line situation.
Agreed.
Because there were times you and I were texting throughout the game. They were non-existent. I mean, up until the second half, we kept saying, where's Hutch?
Yeah.
He made himself very known very quickly. And like when he got the fumble, I was like, there's the Aiden we know and love. Like,
it was definitely one of those games, and I've watched the Lions play this game a handful of times over the last few years where they just lean on you until they finally break you. And you saw that happen in the fourth quarter. Well, honestly, when the second half started, they started hitting big runs, and it was coming from the interior of that offensive line. And then in the second half, you saw just the pressure. And I'll give Calvin Shepard a lot of credit because he was setting pressure from a lot of different areas to assist with that defensive line. But the pressure started getting home, and they just wore down both sides of the line for the Ravens. They did.
Well, and I think Calvin did something that this team, there was two weaknesses that ailed this team for a long time: running quarterbacks and the ability to make adjustments. They played three different defensive sets throughout that game. The ability to change and do things. When they went in that base set, they caused all kinds of problems. And I think the linebacker play was excellent. Derek Barnes had himself a game.
Jack Campbell was pretty good.
Yeah,
yeah. Anzalone's good. He's a solid player. He's a solid vet.
I think Campbell is getting to the point where he's becoming better than AA. Year 3 looks really good on Jack, and he's only going to get better as the season goes on.
See his face all taped up.
Oh, he looked like there's that one Jack Lambert. He looked like Lambert out there, man.
Yeah.
Like old school. But
yeah,
I mean, there was so much to like, and the run, like Lamar looked bewildered numerous times.
Yeah, frustrated, visibly frustrated.
Even Derek to go out after the fumble, throw his helmet, and just lay out on the bench the way that he did. Like you mentioned it, they imposed their will. Like they just went out there and forget the 38-30 score. It was not that close. That was a garbage time touchdown at the end. Like, and this Lions team does things. When Baltimore kicked the field goal, I said to my buddies, what did we say for years with the Lions? Kicking field goals get you killed. They didn't have to rely on trying to outkick field goals. Like they put touchdowns on the board.
I was texting you last night during the game, and I said this team's horrible in momentum snatching situations because it feels like every time, they make a big play, the fumble, they punt it away after that when it was like, okay, you can go down and score here and, wrap this thing up. And then in the first half, when they make the goal line stand, don't do anything with it. Baltimore comes back and scores. I will give them credit. In the biggest moments of games, they are better.
Yeah,
that is where they are better. They need to work on those moments where it's like, okay, you have all the momentum at this point in
You
time.
could have put the game away much sooner.
Correct. But when all the chips are on the table, those 4th down calls in the red zone early on when they went for it, got the first down, end up scoring a touchdown. And then late in the game, they dial up that pass play action pass to who else? Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Dropped it right in the bucket.
I thought he overthrew him at first. I was like, oh no, it looks like it sailed on him, but Amon-Ra got under it. He made a contested catch. And who else, man? Jared fucking Goff.
Yeah,
dude.
seriously.
Jared Goff, I'm sorry. A lot of people disrespect him. A lot of people disrespected him going into the season, saying, he's not going to be anything without Ben Johnson. All that guy does is win. Jared Goff is a winner. And I'm so happy he's our quarterback. I'm happy he's the Lions quarterback.
Yeah.
I wanted to say this too really quick because I was thinking about it last night. Biggest road win in my lifetime?
Pretty close.
Question mark?
I mean, Arrowhead was big
2 years ago.
Yeah.
That's the only comparison, though. I think.
Maybe the game against Green Bay where you kept A-Raj out of the playoffs. I mean, but that really meant nothing for a season. I mean, it did carry momentum into the next year. Yeah. I mean, you hadn't beat the Ravens in 20 years.
That felt personal last night.
Oh, it was personal. Most of the players on that team were around the last time they got shellacked against Baltimore.
Well, I think they heard a lot of people talking after week 1, too, when they got shellacked by Green Bay. Saying, "Oh, this team's not going to be any good this year. Are they going to even make the playoffs?"
Nobody picked them pregame to win the game.
Yeah, I think they heard a lot of the noise from the outside and said, we won 15 games last year.
Yeah,
we got outed by a rookie quarterback on a heater in the postseason. We could have did some things differently, but we're still that team. I'm all the way back in now.
Oh, for sure.
I think 12 wins is, I think it's reachable. I think that's the standard now going forward because you look at these next few games,
they're winnable. I mean,
Cleveland.
Look at how we felt about this stretch pre-season to where we do now. We were saying at best 3-3 through 6. You have a chance to go 5-1. That Tampa game is going to be really hard. And I agree with a show that I listened to. I think Baker Mayfield, if there's any quarterback I want leading a drive at the end of game to win, he's my choice.
He's nails.
Oh my God.
I have so much respect for Baker Mayfield.
I love Baker.
I mean, they wanted to throw dirt on him after he left Cleveland. After they walked him out, basically.
Well, and he got taken out to the garbage at Carolina too.
Yeah,
I mean, then he goes to the Rams and gets off a plane and wins a game, and then gets a chance in Tampa. I think Baker is incredible, especially in crunch time. What is that? 3 game-winning drives this year. Like he is the man right now.
And you got to think, that game, that week 6 against week
7?
It'd be a week 7 game because the next 3 for Detroit, it's Cleveland, Cincinnati, Kansas City. I think, all 3 of those games they're going to be favored in.
No Joe Burrow. KC looks god awful.
Dude, they struggled to hit 22 points against a bad Giants team.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look lost right now.
They do.
By the way, I didn't know this because I didn't look at the schedule. Baltimore and KC play each other next week. So the loser of that game is going to be 1-3.
Yeah.
1-3.
Yeah.
I think it's like an 8% chance you make the playoffs when you start the year 0-3 or 1-3.
Speaking of 0-3, Houston's done.
Oh, dude, totally done. I think the book's out on CJ Stroud, man.
Yeah,
Holy cow.
He had a good rookie year, and that was about it.
I really thought, what's their head coach's name? He came from San Francisco. He was their defensive coordinator.
For who? San Francisco?
Yeah, he took over after Saleh. The guy that's now coaching the Texans. Let me look.
Oh,
sorry, I'm doing
DeMeco
this.
Ryan.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be a fantastic head coach, and it looked that way in his first year.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I mean, they they can't do anything offensively.
No.
That's a tough watch.
Yeah.
I will give Ben Johnson some credit. He got his first win as a head coach.
Dude, that 1:00 window, the end of those games, that was wild. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that in the NFL.
Special teams, man.
Oh my gosh.
You gotta win all 3 phases of the game.
And like, The Eagles couldn't just block the kick. Like, there were so many people that had the Rams in the 3.5 points, and it's like, Jordan Davis, I hate you.
18.6
I
miles an
hate
hour
you.
on the run back for the touchdown. How does a guy that size move that fast?
But, good thing we didn't draft him, right?
Right.
I will
See,
never let that go.
well, I will say that's the one team in the NFC that, well, I guess the Packers, I mean, even though they had a flop this week against Cleveland, I mean, Green Bay and Philly, those are the two teams that really scare me as a Lions fan going forward. Those are the two teams I think that stand in Detroit's way to a Super Bowl.
Who do you think is on the AFC side? Buffalo for sure.
Buffalo's
I think
really
this is the
good.
year they go.
Yeah, because I mean, KC looks down.
Yep.
Baltimore, I mean, they just
They can
Baltimore,
bounce back.
they're an extremely talented team, and I think they're going to figure it out at some point. But I
But
don't.
here's my problem. In this is a problem that I had with the broadcast too last night. They kept referring to how Lamar has the best quarterback rating ever. Well, how many Super Bowls does Lamar Jackson have?
Exactly.
The answer is 0. How many has he been to? The answer is still 0. So miss me with the best QBR ever stuff. Have you won a Super Bowl? No, you haven't.
When the chips are on the table,
I don't want
Baltimore,
Lamar Jackson
yeah,
as my quarterback.
yeah. The Ravens kind of fold when that's kind of their MO now. I mean, they're always a good team in the regular season. They'll win a playoff game or two, but when the chips are on the table, they always fold. They do. They did it in KC 2 years ago. They did it in Buffalo last year. So, um,
There was one more
the
thing I wanted to
Chargers
mention
look
about-
really good too, man. I mean, that's the other AFC team that stands out to me.
Yeah.
I don't like Jim Harbaugh, but I can acknowledge the fact that he's a pretty good coach.
Oh, for sure. That
And-
was a culture win. That was a statement to the culture that they've built there.
And it's like they're finally unleashing Justin Herbert, letting him kind of, he's not held back by a heavy run offense anymore. They're kind of letting him dictate the flow of the offense. And
Or a boob of as a head coach. Like,
right.
he was so bad.
The only issue with the Chargers, they've had two pretty big injuries, Najee Harris, and then they lost Khalil Mack too to the IR. So,
Well, and then Slater got hurt preseason.
yeah. So, I mean, they've had some injuries, but that's a good team. I could see them challenging a team like Buffalo because they play defense.
Yeah.
But that's it, man.
Yeah.
I don't trust the Indianapolis Colts are 3-0, but I don't trust them.
I don't know, man.
I don't try. I
They
mean,
look good.
the thing is, I'm going to go back to the reference again. When the chips are on the table, am I going to trust
No.
Daniel Jones or am I going to trust Josh Allen? I'm going to trust Josh Allen.
I remember what I wanted to bring up with the Lions. All happy-go-lucky today. I don't think the blood has returned to my legs yet. I will say if there's one negative I took out of last night, there were numerous times, second down, first down, even third down, where I'm like, what is this play calling?
Yeah.
Like when it was like second and like 20. Why are we running the ball?
When they got hit
Throw
with that
it.
15-yard penalty when they were down by the red zone and they could have put it away with a touchdown, they got the field goal instead. Yeah.
Can we clean that up a little bit?
When it's second and 18 and the first down is at the 6-yard line, like we need a pass there to at least get close, not run it. I'm with you. Some of the play calling was a little shoddy.
I mean, the pitch was great. There were so many great plays, but
Yeah.
there was just a couple of times where I'm like, what are we doing?
I can't complain too much because they won.
Yes.
But no, I'm with you.
But I think as like a fan and as a coach, we're similar. We got to find things to improve on. That's one of them.
Absolutely. Well, it's snatching the momentum when it's given to you.
Yeah, you and I talked about that so many times.
I mean, you go back to the big goal line stand late in the first half. You shut them down. You can go down and get a score, be up 2 scores going into halftime. Instead, you punt it back to them and they come down and score.
And you thought it was over because you and I both said the same thing. Baltimore is going to come out of half. They're going to score. They sure did.
Backs against the wall.
But Lions stuck their heels in and did what they did.
They're just a mentally tough group. I mean, they embody everything Dan Campbell is.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been talking about it for years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll play in a parking lot. We're going to be the last one standing. They're that team. And I give them a lot of credit for going on the road because despite the week 1 performance where everybody kind of hit the panic button on the Lions, I thought before the season even started, you look at this game at Baltimore Monday night, I thought it was a loss. Yeah, it's a loss. No way. But anyway, Lions a good chance to go 5-1 through their first 6 if you look at their next 3 games, Cleveland, Cincinnati, and then on the road against Kansas City, a shell of what Kansas City used to be. I know it's Tuesday. We didn't get a chance to really talk about the weekend with college football. Michigan and Michigan State both had, I think, revealing games. Games where they could further prove, hey, we're either really good or we're going to struggle to make a bowl game, that kind of thing, especially if you're talking about Michigan State. But the Wolverines go into Lincoln and get a big win, 30-27.
I don't know how.
I didn't think they looked overly impressive. I think it said more about Nebraska than it did Michigan, because I looked at the numbers after that game. Michigan had over 400 total yards of offense.
How?
They ran the rock, man. They had a few really big run plays. I think they had 2 touchdowns of 60 yards or more in that game, because Haynes hit a 75-yard touchdown run late in the first half.
Marshall had a 54-yarder.
Yep, and then Underwood had a 40-yard touchdown run early in the first half. So they hit some big plays. Their defense showed up.
It's not a ringing endorsement, though. Nebraska's not a very good team.
Nebraska looks like they're a 7-5 team.
And I hate to say it to you guys, he might have looked like Batman against Central Michigan in New Mexico. How has he looked against the 2 best teams that you've played? He looked like crap against Oklahoma. And I hate to point it out, he went 12 of 22 with 105 yards through the air.
Yeah.
That's not good enough in the Big Ten.
No, especially when you get to play the tougher teams. That'll work against teams like Nebraska, Iowa, Purdue. It'll work against Michigan State, but that type of performance isn't going to work against Ohio State. It's not going to work against Oregon. It's not going to work against Penn State.
No.
Everybody likes to throw dirt on Penn State, but Penn State's a better team up and down than Michigan is.
1,000%. And if you think otherwise, you might want to rethink some of your choices in life.
I mentioned Michigan State in there. Wild game. Started
Their defense is terrible.
All right, I'm gonna say it. In year 2 of a program with a newer head coach, Jonathan Smith, in the era of NIL,
2 or 3?
2. They went 5-7 last year in his first year. In year 2 of a program where you can spend money to buy players with NIL and rev sharing, in the era where kids transfer like it's their second job, how does it still look like this? This is the same team from last year. Aiden Chiles is just better.
Yeah.
That's it.
1,000%.
How the fuck does it look like this? How? I told myself I wasn't going to care about this team, but I watched that game on Saturday and I thought, how are we this bad defensively again?
Going nowhere fast.
I mean, they can't generate pressure. They can't stop the run.
No.
And their secondary, I mean, my God, guys are running into each other trying to cover guys on the back end.
It's bad.
I mean, USC had 350 total yards of offense in the first half. They kind of let their foot off the gas in the second half.
They sure did.
They could have easily went for 700 total yards of offense in that game.
And Chiles kept you in it. I mean, and it's funny because a Michigan fan that I know bet on State to cover or to win or something. He's like, "Oh, Chiles let me down," and I'm like, "Chiles is the best thing about that game." Yeah, what about your quarterback named Bryce Underwood?
Right.
I thought he was Superman.
Right. Yeah. Biff Poggi's embarrassment too. But I mean, I don't understand how it looks like this. They lose by 2 scores in LA. And a lot of people I saw on social media, well, the 11 o'clock, they can't practice at 10 o'clock at night, but they can play a game at 11 o'clock. I'm like, who cares? Listen, you got to have, like I said with Dan Campbell, you got to have the mentality. We'll play in a freaking parking lot. We don't care where we play. We're going to play and we're going to beat you. That team is so passive. There's no physicality to that team. It's Aiden Chiles and some good skill players, and that's it.
Yep.
They don't move the line of scrimmage. That's all I can say. I really don't know what else to say. I mean, this team is destined for 6-6 or 5-7. They might not even make a bowl game. And if they don't make a bowl game this year, if you're Jay Batt, how can you look yourself in the mirror and go, "This is the guy to run my football program"?
Well, I told you before the season, if they don't win 8 games, Jonathan might as well pack his bags and get out.
I don't know how it can look like that again. I don't care that Jordan Hall, their best defensive player, got ejected from the game on a BS play, by the way. Uh, College football has a serious problem with targeting
Yeah.
because nobody can really look at a play and go, "That's targeting." It's different every time. What is a defender supposed to do when a guy catches a ball in front of him, turns towards the defender, and then drops his head?
It happened last night in the Lions game with Brian Branch.
Yeah.
Terrible call.
I don't know how that gets fixed, but it needs to get fixed. I don't know how the 11 o'clock start time gets fixed, but it needs to get fixed. I'm not one of the people that's making an excuse for Michigan State's performance because of that.
Big
They
Ten Saturday night.
they I mean, that game could have been played at noon and that would have looked that way.
Oh, yeah.
So, you can miss me with that crap. They got 2 weeks off before they have to go play Nebraska. And I'm telling you, if it looks that way again, I think you're gonna see more fans in unison on the fact that Jonathan Smith needs to go.
Yeah.
And they hired Jay Batt for a reason.
I mean,
They hired him for a reason.
he knows how to fundraise.
He knows how to fundraise, and I don't think he's gonna settle on a head coach.
He's not.
So, and that's the thing. If you're Jonathan Smith, that's got to scare you a little bit too, because it's like, damn, this isn't the AD that hired me.
No, it's not.
I mean, that's college football from the weekend.
The one surprising game, Indiana, Illinois. Whoa, buddy.
Yeah. Indiana.
They're better than last year. And I thought they were a little FAF last year, fake as fuck, but they're real.
It's a good team.
Kirk Cinetti he's a red ass, man.
Can I say one thing about him though?
Yeah.
That's not the measuring stick for most college programs if you're not happy with your head coach. Because that's lightning in a bottle.
Oh,
like
for sure.
That's not a hey,
doesn't happen
we're going to
everywhere.
do that now.
No.
No, that doesn't happen that way. You don't bring in 70 transfer kids your first year and win 11 games. It normally doesn't. Usually you go 7-5.
Yeah, but they also played Children of the Blind.
That's true.
Like, they did not have – I mean, their strength of schedule was outside of the top 100.
Yes. Yes. But, hey, you play your schedule. You blow everybody out. I mean, they just blew out a team that was ranked 9th. And Cignetti's a guy that he's going to run it up on you if he gets a chance.
And he did. He sure did. I did not expect that result.
I think Bielema ate his feelings after that game.
Oh, for sure. He had to have had a couple sad pizzas.
Kurt was so mean to me tonight. That was a surprise. I will say the Clemson thing was a bit of a surprise to me too. I didn't think they'd roll over against Syracuse at home.
But talk about another coach that proves it doesn't take 2 or 3 years anymore. I mean, that guy out at Syracuse, he's done a heck of a job.
Fantastic. Dabo probably on his way out there, but he'll land somewhere. He'll find
I don't know
job.
that he will.
You don't think so?
I'm not convinced. He didn't want he swore off the transfer portal for so long. He wasn't down with the NIL. Now he's kind of in both. I think he's toast. I think he's done like dinner. I wouldn't hire him.
I could see him landing at a spot like Oklahoma State once Gundy's gone.
That's a good point. Yeah, because I
could see him landing at a
they
smaller.
Lifted Mike Gundy into the pine box. On Friday.
Yeah, it's over.
Whoa, buddy.
I could see him landing like a I'm trying to think
secondary SEC school.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not SEC. I was thinking like a smaller Big Ten job if it opened up.
Here's the problem. I don't think he's going anywhere. You want to know how much his buyout is? $60 million.
Oh, Jesus.
He's not going anywhere. I don't think Clemson does not have that kind of money.
Dude, guys, people we know were picking Clemson to win the national title this year.
I know. Well, and there was reason to. I mean, you had Klubnik coming back. He looked great last year. You had some big time transfers come in. And this is what you put together?
It's like the end of the D'Antonio era. Like the writing's on the wall.
Oh, it's over.
It's over. Like this team, it's not the same anymore. He's lost his momentum. And when you lose momentum in college football, it's over.
It's time.
Yeah, you're now getting passed by other programs.
Yes.
Who's good in the ACC then? Miami?
Yeah, they look
That's the but
they
that's
look
it.
real to me. I mean,
that's it.
I think the Carson Beck slander went too far.
Yeah, he was a good quarterback at Georgia. He was just hurt.
Yeah.
I know. I'm with you. I'm with you. Did we miss anything else? Should we mention the Tigers, or are we not? Are you? I don't really feel like getting upset.
I'm
today.
treading lightly with this one just because, like you said, I don't want to be upset.
Let's give it 2 minutes. Important series starting tonight. They play Cleveland in Cleveland. How's it going to go?
Coin toss? Like, I know Scooble's starting, but they didn't look so good last time he started. I will say they have to win tonight. If they lose tonight, I think it's over.
I think they lose 2 out of 3, so then they're tied for first going into the final weekend. And then Cleveland holds the tiebreaker at that point.
Yeah, they got to win. They got to win tonight.
And then they got to go play Boston, who is in the playoff hunt. Woohoo! This team, I mean, I read yesterday, Ryan Field, he used to work for Fox Sports Detroit when it was still Fox Sports Detroit. He's now an anchor for ABC7 in New York City.
Yeah.
He posted something on Twitter yesterday, X, whatever, basically detailing that if the Tigers end up blowing this, it'll be the biggest collapse in Major League Baseball history. They had a 15.5 game lead for first in that division in July. At one point in time, they were 59-34 overall. They are now 85-71.
Yeah, they've had a terrible second half.
And then AJ wants to get up there and go, we feel blessed to be in first place waking up tomorrow. Really, dude? You got booed off the field Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
And then I had
miss me with that crap.
And then I had some guy tell me Saturday, well, Zach McKinstry's a really good player.
Please, dude.
No, he's not.
Please. Yeah, so is Javi Baez.
Yeah, they both went to all-star games because 8 people in front of them got hurt. Because the argument I made, yeah, Zach McKinstry's really the guy I want with a bat in his hand in the playoffs at third base. Other than a guy like, I don't know, Eugenio Suarez or anybody that you could have acquired at the deadline. And you know what I think? You think what we're learning right now? Scott Harris didn't believe in your baseball team. That's why he didn't make serious moves at the deadline. I think you're seeing it being played out. He did not think this team was good enough. And to be quite honest, they're not.
If the Tigers had an owner that gave a shit,
they would have.
Scott Harris might be out of a job if this plays out the way we think it's going to play out.
When I told you, prospect hoarding gets you nowhere.
No, I mean,
half of them aren't going to pan out.
They're going to be so good in 2027.
You might not be here in 2027, Scott.
Yeah, well, like I said, if they had an owner that gave a shit, this would be a fireable offense for a lot of franchises.
Not calling up
Yankees
McGonigal at the spring or September call-ups. When Pat Caputo says that McGonigal should be here, Mr. Bathwater drinker himself, that tells you a lot.
If this was the Dodgers, ownership would be finding other options if their team is going through this big of a collapse and they end up missing. The Yankees would be doing the same thing. The Red Sox would be doing the same thing. The Phillies would be doing the same thing because they want to win every year. They want to be in contention every year.
And not just to be good.
Harris is going to get another
this clear.
Year. Harris
to win championships. It is why we play the games.
Honestly, Harris probably has the same deal that Yzerman has.
Oh, it's a lifetime deal, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Or close to it.
Until ticket sales start to fall down. Because I noticed that the Tigers put up that neat little graphic on social media over the weekend. Thanks to all the fans, record-setting ticket sales this year or whatever attendance record this year at Comerica Park.
Well, thanks for finally putting a watchable product on the field.
Yeah, no kidding. You see what a fan base will do when you actually put a winning product on the field.
Shocking.
Right. I know. Crazy how that works,
Yeah,
right? The common sense of that.
fascinating.
Anyway, Tigers, we'll see if they don't have a monumental collapse this week. God help us all. Hey, go Lions. That's
Yes.
where we're at, right?
Woo-hoo.
Anyway, we'll talk to you next week. It's After Hours, Travis Gibbs, Jordan Lass.